Hi, this is Marie of Creations Photography. I saw something the other day and I was playing around with it. It's a way to transform automatically, and the more I played, the more fun it got, and I adapted what I saw and found something really neat that I'd like to share with you. The first thing we do after we've opened our new file is to create a new layer, and we're going to make that blend mode multiply. I then go to the shape tool and I'm going to pull out a flower shape. A stylized flower to be sure, but nevertheless there it is. So I'm going to click and draw this shape, and I'm going to grab the move tool and put it more towards the center of what I'm doing. And then I'm going to put a stroke around it. I think this needs a little something more for it. So I'm going to click a blue darker than the blue we have, make it 1 pixel, and there we go. Maybe that isn't dark enough. Let's make that just a little bit darker. There, it shows a little bit better now. Okay, now here's where we start having the fun with the transform tool. Instead of using the keyboard shortcut, just Command or Control T, we're going to use Option Command T or Alt Control T on a PC. And this will give us the transformation on a new layer. Basically what it does is it copies it up to the next layer. Now here's where the trick comes in. We have to take this little center point here and move it. And we could move it anywhere at all, as long as it's away from the center. We could put it on the tip of the leaf. We could put it on the tip of the flower. This time what I'm going to do is put it on the tip of the stem. And now I'm going to hold down my Shift key and I'm going to rotate this. Holding down the Shift key means that it moves in increments of 15 degrees. So we can have 15, 30, 45, 90, whatever suits your fancy. Let's go, for the heck of it, on this one about 30 degrees. And we'll hit our Enter key and say OK. Now, this is the really neat part. When I want this to happen again, I'm going to punch a whole bunch of keys on the keyboard. Shift, Option, Command, T, or Shift, Alt, Control, T. And every time I do that, it's going to start a new layer. And it's going to move it around and around. And I'll keep doing that until it comes back to the beginning. And there we go, we have a lovely pattern. You can use these as an ornament, you can use it as the beginning of your own drawing. But it's really kind of neat. The fun thing about it is you can make 8 or 9 different patterns with the same shape that you started with. So let's go down here and make a copy of our original layer, and then I'll put all the other ones inside a folder. So I'll click on that bottom one, and then I'll go to the top one and Shift click on it, and then while I still have my Shift key held down, I'll click on the folder button, and we have all in a folder that we can turn off, we can resize, we can move around as we need to. So I'll turn this off. I'll make another duplicate layer of this bottom one and turn off the one that's called layer 1. And this time when we Alt Command T or Option, wait a minute, let's see, that's Option Command T, Alt Control T. We'll put the pivot point someplace else. Let's put it here on this leaf. and move it that same 30 degrees. We constrain that by holding down the Shift key as we move the mouse. We continue the transformation with the Shift, Option, Command T, or the Shift, Alt, Control T. There we go. An entirely different look to what we had before. So we'll put that in a folder, and we can move that around now that it's in a folder. And see how you're getting combinations of dark and light blue? That's what the multiply command comes in. Well, let's turn this layer back on, make another copy of it, turn off the bottom layer. And this time, let's put our center pivot up in the corner here by this leaf. And again, use the same 30 degrees. And then hit your Shift, Option, Command T, Shift, Alt, Control T. And there we have it. Oops, I did that once too many times, so I'll undo one of those. Put these in a folder. And we have an entirely different look. You see, we've gotten 3 different looks from just using 3 different pivot points on the same pattern. Well, let's try something new. Let's put in a new layer, change it to multiply. And this time, choose a different pattern. And there's all sorts of patterns you can use. I've found some really nice fancy ornaments. I don't know where, probably from Graphic Authority that I found these. And so we start again. I'm going to move this more towards the center. And I'll Control T, and we choose a pivot point. Use our Shift key while we're pivoting it, and then just use our repeat action. And we have another new pattern. These remind me of a toy I used to have when I was young called a Spirograph, in which we had a bunch of plastic gears that intermeshed with each other, and we could draw pen strokes in circles, repeating circles, and each circle was a little bit different, and we had these wonderful round shapes with all sorts of interesting things in the middle. I hope you have fun with this. Have a great day.